Do this video right now because I got a lot on my mind. I'm going to be moving soon. I got to board an airplane probably on the 20th or 21st. I don't know when. But I have a lot of stress. And you know what's not adding to the fucking stress? Dealing with Republicans. That's what's fucking not helping the stress at all. The Republicans are the fucking worst party in America. They're above the Democrats. I don't care what people say. Yeah, the Democrats got some issues, but the Republicans are the worst. Far and away. You know, they are. And let me announce myself. I'm an ex-white nationalist. I, in the present day, am a trans person. This is really who I am. I'm a trans person. Um, and I'm an advocate of people of color, you know. It took me a little bit to switch my stance, but it's just a matter of being honest for a change. Or just not that I wasn't being honest before, but I was misguided. And no one even beat it into me. I had to come to this on my own. Okay, I had to do some thinking about a lot of things where I went wrong with bad choices I made to get me in the situations I've been in. And let me tell you something, wishing for a white bread world is not the answer because it becomes mostly Republican. You know, it just becomes very Republican feeling, even if some people do vote blue who live there. It doesn't even matter. You feel tension, you feel hatred, and that's just not where you need to be. I've always pretty much been a libertarian, whether I felt I was on the far right or the far left. I've always been a libertarian at some form. I do believe in the Second Amendment and the First Amendment to a point, but if you say anything outrageous, I'll absolutely check your ass for it every goddamn time. But I am generally a libertarian. But you fascist Republicans better start now, and you better get on the right side of things, or it's going to be too late, and you're going to be butchered and slaughtered, and you're going to be thrown in a gas chamber. You understand me? You better get your shit sorted out. And stop hating people who don't deserve it. Stop endorsing TSA, profiling people in airplane lines. Stop all this shit with racism. Stop systemic racism. Stop calling people things that they're not. Okay? Because what I identified as a white man, I'm going to tell you something. A white cisgender male. I was still profiled. It didn't help me. I'm at a point where I get absolutely nothing to lose but to tell people who I really am and what I stand for. And this is what you see. You see a trans person, third-gendered, libertarian, left person who might want to give Washington a run for their money eventually. You know, I want to make it to Washington one day. I'm hoping if enough people encourage me and I can get a credible campaign and I get discovered that I can get to Washington. I hope. I'd rather spend my time doing that than hanging on troll sectors of the internet, fucking around with the white supremacist terrorist trolls. And the last thing that I want to see going forward. So would I pick a career in Washington over that? I just might. As long as they let me wear my lady attire and look as good as I want to friggin' look. You know? I'm a new breed of leftists. You see, the old doesn't work. You want fresh energy, right? People want fresh energy. That's why they're going to the right wing, right? I can guarantee you I could appeal to many friggin' people who were on the fence, but they went alt-right at one point. Because I'm very much the same. Because I used to be one of them. But only I'm an advocate for people of color now, and trans people. As far as the LGBTQ and all that, I'm a trans person. And a lot of gay people went to the Republican Party now, and a lot of them pulled Trump. And a lot of drag queens pulled for Trump. And that really kind of upset me. I'm not going to lie, because if you're actually going to live that life, you can't vote for a nincompoop like fucking Donald Trump. Let's be real. You can't. You got to vote for a Democrat or you got to vote for a Libertarian. A Libertarian would be my strongest recommendation. You could be Libertarian, left, be it. But if you have no other choice, I guess you could become a Democrat. But I'm just saying what I think. I'm going to be moving to the South very soon. And I'm going to give those folks a run for their money in Washington, D.C. at some point in the future. I hope to. I want to run a credible campaign enough so I can do it. Till then, I could be in a small city looking to get big, and I will build my name up in a small city. That's what I want to do. I just have to leave Portland. I'm going to be leaving Portland soon. This place sucks. And I'm pretty left, and I don't really like Portland. So Portland's standard of left I'm not even for. So, hey, I could bring in people. I can bring in many supporters, you know. I like to call myself, what if Antifa was unmasked? It would kind of be me. Although I'm a bit more of a person of color, a lot of Antifa people, they tend to be more pasty, you know. I'll just throw that out there. See, it's nice to have an honest discussion. Don't you want honesty in politics? The only difference is Donald Trump was the wrong choice. I would be the right choice. You know, and I'll get into why another time. But I believe in reparations for black people. I believe in that. I believe that as far as universal health care goes, it's a case-by-case kind of thing, but if it's too expensive, it's going to bankrupt the country, we won't do it. We're going to have to really look at our budget, get military spending out of here. We do not need military spending to go overseas. If so, very, very, very minimal. And all that. Very minimal. We're not going to have no war on terror. None of that shit. Like under George W. Bush, that's where he went heavily wrong. He might have been looking after us, and I did support him at the beginning, but that's where George W. Bush went wrong. That's another thing. I wasn't a leftist all my life. Okay? But I had to become one because of the circumstances, and I had to look at everything around me honestly. You know, yeah, the poor white person struggles, but the trans people struggle worse. And the people of color do struggle worse. Sure, there are exceptions where you have people of color who live much better lives than the white truck driver. I totally fucking understand that there are situations like that. But for the most part, on a case-by-case basis, it's the people of color who are getting police brutalized. And yeah, they might not report some of the white ones, that's true, but we really have to look at everything on a case-by-case basis. If I could be the most improved candidate that I could be while appealing to everyone that I possibly can within reason, even if I have some haters, I'm giving it a shot. But hopefully I am more palatable than everybody else is all I hope for. You know, that's as honest as I could be as a possible politician. If you even want to call me a politician. If I ever do run as a trans person, I'd be made up even better, and I'd be a much better look for the country than some people. I'd be a better look than Hillary Clinton. I might even be the running mate if Jesse Neville wants to run. He's all for reparations for black people. I could be his running mate, even if I'm not totally similar to him. It's an idea. It's a fucking idea. Let's get our thoughts out there. And I'm going to make my name in a small city. So if I ever travel anywhere bigger, I'll have it made. And I'll have everything right at the snap of my fingernails at that point. Alright. But no, you're either against fascism or you're for it. There's no middle ground. You can't say, oh, you got to comply or do what they fucking say if they tell you to. Oh yeah, you're just gonna comply. Oh, they have a reason for doing it. I'm like, no. You either support fascism or you don't. Or you're against it. This is Antifa unmasked. But I'm showing you right now that a reasonable person could be underneath that mask too. I never wear a mask. I don't like wearing it. I'll be fucking honest with you. But I am an advocate for trans people, number one, and people of color next. Okay? I have two main priorities. I'm not going to be one of these people who like a cisgender male, like Biden attacked the LGBT issue. He went right for it and undid what Trump undid but he's a cisgender white male though. And he didn't even focus on any problems regarding people of color. So I'm trying to really be I would try to be the best person I could be since Bernie Sanders, if I could possibly friggin' pull it off. Can I pull it off? Let's wait and see if I could be one of the all-time greats in politics. Give me a shot. Share this video, make this go viral, and do what you gotta do. Share it on Twitter, share it on Reddit, and tell people, ask people what they think about me. And do they think I could be a legit candidate one day, hopefully, going forward? And then whoever else wants to get big in the alt-right, I'll be their worst nightmare. If they want to be an alt-right Republican, and I know one person who wants to be president now, but he's very small. Not many people know who he is. I know him, though. But anyway, that's about all there is to it. You're either against fascism, racism, or you're for it. There's no in between. You gotta stop profiling and fucking paranoia over the next motherfucking shoe barber. We gotta stop the shit. It's 2021. Get with it. Find something so we won't be wearing masks anymore. Fix this. Get this pandemic under control. Don't go out much, you selfish fucking Americans. That's why people gotta wear the masks longer, you know? And as someone who doesn't like to wear a mask, I'm so against this. You know, you have to do your part to make it better. You can't be getting your next haircut. You can't be getting regular haircuts. You can't be expecting that. Grow your hair out or shave it off yourself or shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear your bitching and complaining, you fucking Republican prima donna pieces of shit. There.